Hey guys, Steel here, back with another video. Today we're gonna try something else. We've been doing quite a few disaster saves in the last couple of months, so we're back with a formable nation. That's right, we're gonna try to form something new. In 1936, and let's see, who are we going to play as? So many options, so many options. We're gonna play Iraq, and as Iraq we will try and form Arabia. I've tried Persia as Iran, too difficult for my tastes. I might revisit it once there's an actual non-mind melting way of doing it, but right now, Arabia with Iraq, let's go. Could do this with the Saudis, but the Iraqis just, they hold more cards. Iron Man mode on with historical AI focuses. Iraq. In case you're wondering why I am using these NATO counters, well, if Feedback Gaming challenges you to do something, you do it. So here we go, Dave. These are my NATO icons and I love them. Anyway, we'll start off with deleting the army and building military factories because we will need them. As for research, we'll just start with production and construction at the start, and then we'll go from there. Focuses, political effort, obviously. Production, well, no. Not much going on here, so we'll keep making guns. Might have to trade, but yeah, I don't want to use one civilian factory on that. Oh well. Let's start off with nationalizing the oil. Thank you, that's my oil. And let's go. There's really not much else we can do. So the plan here will be to try and take out Iran early before they get too strong for our tastes. And then we'll try and find opportunities to eat the Saudis and the other Arabian miners before we inevitably have to face the big dogs, Italy, the UK, France. They'll probably be Vichy by that point. So we need to look out for friends, and there's only one friend, one big friend in this that we will not have to fight. That's right, Papa Stalin. Communist Iraq coming up. I'm gonna train one of these mountaineer divisions. I'll pump it into queue, that way it can get some training done. We will be using this division as soon as we flip to communist. And to do that, after political effort is done, we will hire, where is he? Arshad al-Umari, the communist revolutionary, and we'll work our way towards a quick little civil strife here. All right. Now, technically, I could go down collectivist ethos and pick up some of the manpower buffs from the nationalist tree, but that would delay our industrial build-up. But I would like some manpower, so I'm a little bit actually, screw it. It might delay things for a little bit, but kind of want to get nationalism. It might actually be better to get industrial effort and then, you know, these factories first, but there's 7% recruitable pop that we would be leaving on the table in exchange for like a bunch of political power that we don't really need anyway. This is actually quite the pickle. Screw it, I'll do it. We'll try. If it doesn't work out, we'll start again and you'll never get to see this. Now, this may not be entirely optimal use of my political power, but I am going to ban fascism just so I don't have trouble going the red route. It might take too long if the brown shirts get too much power, so we'll see. What I do for manpower. Okay, I'm gonna go concentrated since I want that one factory we have to pump out as much as it can. Not much we can do with that espionage agency, can't even build one. God, Iraq is weak. Alright, I'm gonna pick up nationalism, and then we'll dive deep into the industrial effort tree to pick up factories. Now, while we wait, I would like to thank Pierce and Go for coming forward in my mailbox with this strategy. This is based on his email. Thank you, Pierce. It is always nice to get a little bit of help, because I have been struggling with Arabia for quite some time, and this is actually a pretty good route. I've made some changes to the strategy, but should work. Alright, let's prepare for civil war, but we need a little bit more time. Just a teeny tiny bit more. Just a little bit. There, with nationalism done, we can proceed the rest of the tree when we choose. We don't need to be a certain ideology to pick the rest of these, so we can get that 7% recruitable pop at a later date. And now we wait until we can ignite the civil war. Let's hope we don't get another tick of stability. That would be annoying. All right, as for focuses, we're gonna go industrial effort and down to the extra research slot. I might take a detour for the military factories first, though. Our industry is not great. Alright, time to ignite civil war. There we go. Our country is nice and cut in half. We'll deploy the one unit we had in the queue, train up whatever else we can recruit. We'll need quite a few units. We'll wait for a tick. We'll hire a new commander. Ishak al-Shami. And we'll just walk through the victory points, and that should be it. Mongolia wants to provide us equipment. Very nice. Oh, that reminds me. Let's also improve relations with the Soviets as soon as we can. There we go. Country is now back in one piece. So we're going to improve our relations with the Soviets, just so they'll be happy to allow us into the Comintern, which will be helpful when we fight the Iranians, since, you know, Iran will then stack the border with the Soviet Union, giving us some gaps to work with. One nice thing about our focus tree is, you know, this electronic engineering, we're not going to go past this one, since if we go down here far enough, secret weapons actually gives us a bunch of research bonuses for electronics, so I kind of want to pick this one up to speed up the rest of these, assuming we have the time, of course. There we go, 48, and justify on Kurdistan. Perfect. And the industry is pumping. Now the question here is, do I want to rush for the research slot, or do I want some factories along the way? Kind of want to rush the research slot, kinda, because I will be getting stuff from Papa Stalin. He'll fix my deficit for me. Speaking of Papa Stalin, improving our relations until he is willing to let me into the Comintern. Shouldn't be too long. Happy days, we are allowed into the Comintern, great, so we can stop improving relations. We'll need a lot of political power to get our recruitment laws up, get our economy laws up, maybe get a theorist as well. Rest of this isn't all that impressive. Plan here is to just get 4 of our mountaineers out. Yeah, the template's crap, but it is what it is. As well as 8 to 10 of our regular infantry. Again, template is crap, but not much we can do about that. And with 150, a pact of friendship, perfect. So that's a nice boost of PP. First off though, I think I want to get more manpower, and then we'll ramp it up to war economy. Or do I want to do this the other way around? How much time do I have? Ooh, no. I want the manpower first. All right, manpower, limited conscription, and then next up, we'll change this to war economy. Again, I'm prioritizing, or at least trying to prioritize our infantry, just to get them produced so I can get them out the door. Don't need that many of them. I'll be able to get Soviet guns anyway. The deficit in weapons can be fixed that way. All right, war economy as well. Rest of our political power is probably going to be spent on a military theorist. Where is he? Maybe the backroom backstabber for some PP gain. Prince of Terror would be nice once we start occupying stuff. Might go up to free trade. We're not actually getting any resources anyway, except for maybe some of our oil. We'll see. All right, our justification is almost done. We are in no way, shape, or form any kind of match for the Iranian army, but they are having to spread their attention between us and the Soviets, meaning there are gaps in the line we can exploit. So what we're going to do is walk through those gaps, try and destroy the divisions into pockets, and then continue on to the victory points. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very micro-intensive, but it's pretty much the only chance we have of really defeating the Persians or Iranians. Might have been better to do it even sooner, so taking nationalism might have slowed us down a little bit, but I think it was well worth it in the end. We're gonna love that manpower by the time this campaign is over. Alright, the war goal is finished. We are going to declare war instantly. Bada bing, bada boom. And we're gonna ask Papa Stalin for some stuff. We need a lot of stuff. I'm gonna add some units to the queue. And Papa Stalin, yes, he'll send me stuff. Who else? You're communist. Will you send me stuff? No. Mongolia, will you send me stuff? Yes. Maybe even Turkey. Turkey can't send us stuff. Alright, so like I said, the plan here is to encircle and destroy the enemy. We'll walk around them where we can and fight them where we cannot. This will be a very slow and very methodical approach. Wish me luck, it's gonna be difficult. So if I can get these and these encircled, that would be an amazing start to the campaign. And then we push on to the Persian victory points. Sorry, Iranian. Ooh, more Lend-Lease. Yes, please. We're not gonna pull the Soviets in though. They take too much stuff. We don't want them taking stuff. Alrighty, we are starting to get some encircling done. Nice. Like I said, very slow, very methodical approach. Pin divisions in place where you can, and then just slowly but surely whittle them down. Our divisions are not in great shape, but with that infantry equipment coming in from our allies, this deficit should vanish relatively quickly, maybe? Right, in 21 days we'll get 5,000 and something Soviet guns. The Mongolians are gonna send us 700, 800 guns. So yeah, our deficit is gonna be better, but not fixed. Okay, so this encirclement's gone poorly, but I can create a new one from the north. If we can get these divisions destroyed, that's a good chunk of the Iranian army gone, hopefully. They are parked in pretty bad terrain for me to fight in, though. Could be difficult to dislodge them here. Yeah, the Iranians have more divisions than I'd like, and without pressure coming from the Soviets, they'll be all over me. So it might actually be better to just ignore what you've encircled and push for the victory points, since they do outnumber us quite a bit. Well, not that much, but we do have the time. Once the Soviet equipment starts rolling in, this will be just fine. Please, Papa Stalin, I need my Soviet equipment though, urgently. And slowly but surely we'll start picking away at these encircled divisions. Won't be much longer before they're gone, and that will even the playing field with the Iranians just a little bit. No, Stalin, I can handle this. I'm actually impressed by how long these encircled divisions are holding out. I just hope they aren't buying the Persians enough time to build up a massive army, though it doesn't really look like they've got all that much. I'm just trying to limit my casualties as much as I can, because oh boy, we do not have a lot of manpower presently. Alright, that took long enough. That mess is sorted. Alright, everyone to the front lines, and we'll try and create a couple more of these small encirclements until we have eliminated any sort of threat by the Persian army. Sorry, Iranian army. By now, though, we completely outnumber them, even if our divisions aren't quite fully equipped. Alright, so that's the Iranian capital completely encircled. In theory, the rest of their army cannot be resupplied, so they'll slowly start starving. It's just a matter of redeploying troops to where they need to go and quickly get this conflict dealt with. Picked up the extra research slot. We should probably get the rest of these factories as well. I am gonna make a quick detour into secret weapons, maybe get us some research bonuses. That will be very handy. Could also just go for militarism, because we are out of manpower and our army was never even fully filled out to begin with. So many options, so many choices. I think I'll get the manpower first, then the factories. I'm not entirely sure that what I'm doing here is remotely optimal, but it might just work. I'm also gonna get maybe anti-air, and I'll dedicate one of my research slots to doctrine, and believe it or not, I'm going mobile warfare. Why? Speed. Speed will be key in the desert, and all the way down here, desperate defense may end up being very, very valuable. Again, is this an optimal choice? I'm not sure, but I just want to try, see what happens. Throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Well, I like how we've literally wiped out the Iranian army. Maybe I should just take Tehran and end it. It's been going on for a little bit longer than I would have liked. There we go. Alright, Iran is going to be puppeted. We really don't have the equipment to occupy that. Their puppeting will have to do. It will allow us to, where are we, make some of those puppet divisions. Something that does not suck. Well, none of it's really great, but it's going to have to do there. And we'll now focus mostly on training divisions out of their manpower before they, well, waste it. We can now fall back to the capital and exercise our troops, train more units, and prepare for the next stage of our operation, which will involve building up our, well, not so much our cabinet, but building up the rest of our industry and getting some research done. I am mostly looking forward to getting motorized, making a couple of really fast divisions to exploit the vastness of the desert. In terms of our world tension, we're gonna back off for a bit. We will be moving into the Arabian Peninsula as soon as World War II kicks off, just so that the major European powers are really too busy to give a damn about us. So we should, air quotes, in theory be able to conquer Saudi Arabia, Oman and Yemen without allied interference, but no guarantees on that point. And as for our divisions, we will stick with what we know, the very basics. Regular old 20 combat with infantry. We'll need a little more army experience before we can make these though, so that is why I hired the army theorist, the military theorist, to get ourselves a little bit of daily army experience gain. And if we need even more XP, I could just send attaché over to China, get some experience there. Probably not be a bad idea to spend some political power getting our war support and stability up as well. Yeah, stability is going to be great. That would have been useful. The communist path here has a lot of PP. In the long run, the recruitable pop just ends up being better. At least that's what I think. If you disagree, hit me up in the comments. I'm always eager to hear your thoughts on the matter. Towed anti-air and towed artillery, just so I can make support battalions. I think that's going to be the limit of my support companies. If I feel like my industry is really powerful, maybe adding engineers later. Get an entrenchment for my coastal divisions. Alright, PP. Do I want to hire a guy? Maybe go up to free trade first, or... No, I think we'll be better off with stability. While we wait, I'll quickly lay out my plan for, well, the rest of the territory we need. We need the French territories in Africa. They will fall to Vichy France, which means conflict with the Axis. We also need Italy, or well, Libya. Again, conflict with the Axis. And then there is, of course, the United Kingdom here, which means conflict with the Allies. So what happens is going to depend on just how the world turns. Who am I going to hire? Don't need to mobilize more men now, though. Maybe the industrial guy? I'll just get the industrial concern, I think. Right, as I was saying, what we do next is going to depend on how the world turns. If World War II kicks off, and if all this is Axis controlled, we'll have an easy path. We will, 1, leave the Comintern so as not to pose an obvious threat to the Axis, and we wait for them to do their Molotov-Ribbentrop and invade the Soviet Union. When that happens, we are going to rejoin the Comintern. They'll have forgotten all about our betrayal by then and use the option to join their war to instantly get in on the action, and we'll use our speed, for which I am researching motorized. We'll use our speed to rush as much territory as we can and then just start grinding away at the Axis units with our infantry. This should be relatively lightly defended by then. So in the south here, we should be pushing all the way towards Khartoum. So we need to get this whole thing in Egypt to control Egypt. And here we need to push all the way to Casablanca and Marrakesh. So we pretty much need to control all of North Africa. So that's going to involve us declaring, of course, on Vichy France as well eventually. But the Vichy French tend to be really weak. If you can snipe the port here with some quick units, you can wipe this out with great ease. But you'll see, you'll see. Now, if we are unlucky and the Axis do very, very poorly, which they quite often do, I'm afraid, we'll have to fight the Allies and the Axis without Soviet help, because the Soviets will not allow us to declare war on the British. They will at some point get a non-aggression pact with the UK, not allowing us to pick a fight with them. So we'll see how that goes. In theory, I should still be able to attack the Allies when I've left the Comintern and then rejoin once I attack the Axis, since that should override the being at war penalty, being at war with the same target. We'll see, we'll see. Many things are bound to happen. As for the motorized division, we're not going to make anything fancy. It's just going to be a small 10-width motorized unit. Maybe I add a little support artillery to give them a little bit of a bite. Maybe anti-air later, we'll see. But this is what we'll use to try and overrun the enemy and create encirclements. We are definitely going to need a lot more infantry equipment though.
Eventually.
Alright, Poland refuses German ultimatum. That means WW2 is about to kick off. Meanwhile, we'll just try to keep our army tree going. I'm gonna pick up equipment efforts and the doctrine efforts. After that, maybe paramilitarism. This could be handy when we train new units. Leading into ideological fanaticism might also be good, but it might also be a really good idea to suppress our subjects. Get Iranian autonomy down, because they will start getting more of it as we use their manpower in our wars. Not something we want. We need that manpower, cannot allow them to break free. Anyway, let's see how Germany does. And I think we're about ready to go to war. And we'll justify on the Saudi Arabians. So in theory, we should not be getting any guarantees, but we are in a faction, and I'm not sure if it counts Soviet world tension. So I'm not sure if I should leave the Axis or the Comintern at this point. It might actually be best if I just leave the faction for a little bit, but improve our relations to get that faction trader debuff away, and then justify on the Saudis. So I just don't want Britain throwing out guarantees. In theory, they shouldn't, but you know, I have very little faith in that. There we go. We'll declare on the Saudis. We'll try and break through here and then use our speed to quickly cap the victory points. Saudis should be relatively easy to defeat once you have the speed to drive through the desert, and we'll follow that up with a justification on Oman. Again, here's hoping that we can sneak past the allied guarantees here. This one might be a little more tricky, but we can try. Oh, getting the overruns in already. Just gonna start launching some pinning attacks to keep the Saudi divisions in position. That ought to make this whole business a little easier. Yeah, we're just driving through unopposed. Like, the key here is Lend-Lease. You want to get as much stuff from your quote-unquote allies as you possibly can. Just the Soviets, but this is better than nothing. And there goes Saudi Arabia. We'll simply take all states here, and we are done. Alright, line up the troops on Oman, and Oman is next. Oman. We'll get rid of Oman. Time to get Yemen as well. Now for Oman, this is really easy. You just get a couple of divisions here to pin that division, and well, your motorized just drives around. That's it. That's all we have to do. Ah, free stuff. Perfect. And our army grows ever larger, and it's mostly Iranian divisions. Oh, Italy did a thing. Italy's actually pushing back. Good, good. Come on, Italy, be competent here. Oh, let's first take Oman. All right, Italy, be competent here. Now just Yemen without any UK interference, and I'm actually pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, I forgot. I should have used that little war to get some Lend-Lease from the Soviets. Ah, damn. Could have gotten some free artillery, anti-air, etc. Oh well, live and learn. I thought Italy was competent, but no. No, they most certainly are not. Alright, time to deal with Yemen, and that will be it. This should be relatively easy. Just get through the mountains into the victory point, and we're done. Huzzah! Alright, we have secured all the territories we would need. Alright. Ooh, Turkey wants to send me stuff. Ah, I forgot to ask the UK for stuff again. Damn. No, not the UK. That other country. Soviet Union. Alright, stability is really low. Ah, well. Alright, so with most of the Arabian Peninsula under our control now, it's just a matter of pushing out the UK, pushing out Italy, and pushing out Vichy France. In theory, this should not be overly difficult. If we're fast enough, we can lock the UK out from their ports. They don't have anything here. They're not prioritizing this. So with like a cheeky guarantee on one of their puppets, perhaps, we should be able to get in there and push into those ports with our motorized, defend our coastline fiercely, and then just wage a micromanagement campaign in North Africa. We should, in theory, have the upper hand here, with UK being very, very distracted across the entire continent and the global conflicts. Same for the Germans and Italians, really. Vichy France is a pushover. Just take that port, destroy the rest. Italy, yeah, Italy is Italy, so no harm there. And we just need to push towards the Atlantic. For now, I am going to, well, wait and see for a little bit just how Africa plays out in regards to Italy and the UK. I don't have high hopes for this. Should this not turn to our advantage, we will fight with the Allies first, I think. Though I am afraid that they will have non-aggression pacts with the Soviets. Yeah, this is not turning into an ideal game. What I'm gonna do is wait for Barbarossa to start before I make my decision. Meanwhile, I'm still building up, getting a good stockpile of resources. I've got a good amount of divisions in recruitment. Using the Iranian manpower is really a godsend. I actually have some sort of reserve now. Make sure we can garrison our ports. Yeah, looking good so far. Jesus Christ, Italy, could you be competent just this once? Please, just be competent for once. Yeah, it's May of 41. I am banking on the idea that the UK is gonna hold on to Egypt, so might as well start my justification on Malaya. That would be nice. we can justify on Malaya, I can immediately declare on the UK and rush these ports. Hopefully they won't get any troops there, but justification is going to take 125 days. Might as well give it a try. AI usually perceives this as a threat, but maybe less so when we're justifying on just a puppet. Maybe? I don't know, man. The AI is just really weird at times. But I will take my preventative measures and park a motorized division near every single one of their ports in the Middle East, just so I can drive in there and get rid of those ports. If I control the ports, I shouldn't have to worry about too many naval invasions. Well, that breaks the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. In the perfect scenario right now, the Axis would be in control of Egypt and most of North Africa, so all you'd have to do now is join the Soviet faction, join their war, and you would be able to drive in there immediately without the Axis really manning the fronts, and it's free real estate at that point. We're not lucky at all, so we'll have to justify on the Allies, fight them, and hopefully take out the Axis after that, because we do need all of this, and that, and some of that. Okay, in 10 days we start this gigantic cluster F. The UK still hasn't garrisoned most of its territories in Arabia, which is perfect, except for Aden. There's I think an Australian division here and some UK troops. No, just an Australian division, so we'll have to force them out. I should have the strength to do that. They're usually bad divisions. And here we'll need to use the speed of our motorized to rush for the ports and the Suez Canal. Just gotta get across that. And then the Italians should be able to crush whatever's here against our lines, and once our lines meet, we will, well, pick a fight with the Italians next. It's just going to be a matter of defending our territory against naval invasions from that point and grinding away at the incompetent Italians until we reach the French territories and Khartoum in the south, and then we take on Vichy France, followed by, at long last, the nationalists. Yes, Spain, you're not gonna get out of this one. I would have preferred to fight the Axis first, because then I could leech a lot of allied lend-lease that way, but alas, never lucky. Uh-oh. Right, the US joined, so we gotta get here quickly. Alright, I'm gonna declare on the UK, which I can do because I already declared on their puppet, or I justified on their puppet. I'm gonna quickly rush the ports here and take them out with the ports in my control. They should not be able to quickly reinforce the region here. I'm gonna take the speed way down and see if we can actually... Oh yeah, this is looking good. That's just a Polish division. Bye-bye. The Americans, though, are a problem. They're a low organization, which means they probably just shifted to Alexandria or Port Said. It's gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna have to let them attack me before I can counterattack. At least we are mostly in control of the rest of the ports, though. So that is going our way. So we control Arabia, more or less. Let's see if I can pull a little sneaky on him. Like I said, this is not an ideal situation. I'll have to improvise to get anything done here. See if I can make some fallback lines and lure the enemy out of their perfectly defensible territories. God, this looks nasty. This counterattack might work. Will it? Maybe? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah, we might actually pull this one off. Counterattack them, rush Port Said, and we could get a nice encirclement out of that. Oh, yeah. It's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good. Half of you go south, the rest of you advance onto Port Said. Yes, okay. Okay, so we've got that. Get across there, pin there. Infantry advance on the south and destroy the Sinai Peninsula. Okay, we're in the game. We're in the game again. It was a little difficult breaking their defensive line in the Suez, but with a little cheesing it, we managed to break through. Now we gotta take as much territory as we can, push the Allies. Oh, God. Yeah, push the Allies out of North Africa and then turn towards the Axis. Maybe we can rejoin the Comintern at some point. They're doing pretty well against the Germans. Like, Romania's not looking too fresh. Perfect. Alexandria is encircled. My equipment's not looking too fresh. Mostly the anti-air guns. Yeah, maybe the Soviets wanna chip in there? No? Oh, no. Damn. Alright, Alexandria is secured. I should probably turn my attention to the Italians next and then take the rest of North Africa. But first I need a little mental break. Much to my shame, I've also designed a 7.2 template. I know, they're not great, but we don't have the industry for tanks. or 14-4s. I'll use a few of these divisions as shock troops, just like 8 of them, just as shock troops to break through absolutely critical points. And I'll have to rely on the speed of my cavalry to really get anything done. Other than that, I am going to start a justification on the Italians next. And in 30 days, we'll also be fighting the Axis. So we'll be fighting 2 major powers, and I don't think the Soviets are gonna let us back into their faction. So quite the pickle. Quite the pickle indeed.
A few moments later.
Alright, justification on the Italians is done, but they are mustering some troops, though, let's be honest, it's Italy, so we should be able to just declare, yes, this is going to draw the Japanese in. I could cheese this by justifying on one of the other Axis powers, but that runs the risk of Italy not joining until they've well and truly stacked the front. That's not what I'm looking for, so we're gonna wing it. Gonna wing it and see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna be fighting a lot of people. A lot of people. Mostly going to be relying on my motorized to just drive around the enemy wherever possible, really. It's a pretty neat trick that the AI still hasn't mastered. Oh, look at that. All those Italians. It's a good amount of divisions we've got in this pocket, so that's a very nice bonus. I guess I'll just line up on the French border next and push. Okay, so I forgot I did not hit record there for a while, so what's going on here? We've got Khartoum, so all that we need now is the Vichy French territories and Spanish Africa. What I'm gonna do is justify on the Vichy French, which is going to take 90 days, but the UK and US are already preparing Operation Torch. They are going to declare on the Vichy French. Hopefully, I can use my speed to quickly take as many ports as I can and hopefully get to Casablanca before the Americans pour in millions of troops, which they always tend to do. I don't know where they keep finding those divisions, but they manage somehow. Motorized is really good for that purpose, though. Just speed and hope to God you get there first. Alright, Vichy France has joined. That was a big mistake, you idiots. Alright, we're just gonna rush the ports and drive like crazy. Speed is the only thing that is going to allow us to survive this. Alright, we took Beirut, so all this is cut off. We'll easily overrun that with the infantry. We're making, I was gonna say we're making good speed here, but troops are gonna start filtering in, so I need to drive around them as best I can. But even then, I think in theory our infantry should be up to the task here. Italian presence in the south is increasing, but they're still Italian, so honestly, what do I care, really? Well, advance into Algeria is going pretty well. Syria's all cleaned up. Africa's holding nicely. Well, Egypt. Yeah, if we can close this front quickly enough, all that we realistically will have to worry about is the amount of divisions Spain can stack in these tiles. Unless I also need these. Is this Spanish Africa? I think this is Spanish Africa. It's a lot of green check marks here, though. United Arabia is getting closer. Oh god, that's a lot of divisions here. Whew. Yikes, I need my infantry to hurry the hell up here. Oh, one downside of these motorized divisions is they're so fast, my infantry can't really keep up. Alright, total mobilization it is, and I'll probably go to women in the workforce next. Yikes. Yeah, this is this is a tall order, but once I clean this up, it's gonna be so good. I just hope I can man these defenses. All in all, I don't think I can really complain too much about this campaign. So far, it's gone reasonably well, despite this whole African debacle where the Axis, of course, lose every conflict, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about that. Ah, yes! Okay, we've got that section encircled. I know that they still hold on to the port here in, what is this, Algiers, but realistically, the Royal Navy is going to be dominating the Mediterranean along with the allied US ships, so I don't think these Axis troops will be getting a lot of supply in. Then again, I shouldn't be relying on attrition to kill them for me, but it is going to help us a lot. Like, a lot. Slowly collapse that and then continue our push towards the Atlantic. God, that is a lot of German divisions. Why are all these Axis troops in Africa? Whew, that's a lot of Axis troops in Africa. Oh, we've got Algiers. That's good, all those divisions will now starve. Starve, you bastards. This massive American naval invasion distracted so many Axis troops that I could just overwhelm what was left on the front lines with my infantry and mobile divisions. Got some small encirclements in here and there, and after you get a few, you can pretty much just drive through the pockets they leave behind. So this is essentially over. Just gonna need to contain that naval invasion. We are absolutely running out of equipment at an astonishing pace. Fortunately, this is almost over. Not a moment too soon either. Okay, so we've pushed all the way here. Now to dislodge what's left on Casablanca, mop up the American invasion, and then it's the Spanish. And once we get the Spanish, that's it. It's over. Oh god, we're so close. I think our best bet here is to let the Spanish launch their attacks first, and once we defend ourselves, immediately counterattack before they are able to regain some organization. I think that's the only realistic way we can handle this. Oh, thanks, Sweden. Thanks for leaving me to hang. Give me steel. I'm thousands of guns short. Allies are making landings, alright. Soviets are continuously being pushed back, but they're holding on fairly okay. As far as these 7.2s go, I had a better idea. 14.4s. Yes, I won't be able to fully equip all of them, but I'll do some consolidations. I'd rather have fewer units of a decent template than many units of a terrible template. I think that is a much better way to go. Just start consolidating these units. I think these will be much more capable of taking on these Spanish divisions. Right, so for anyone wondering, yes, Turkey is still broken. I had them in my faction because I knew they would join the Allies in 1943, and as soon as they finished joined the Allies, they magically teleported out of my faction, joined the Allies, and declared on me. Fortunately, the AI is never well prepared for these things, and I did have troops in the vicinity that I was kind of relying on to deal with the British should they come for Iraq, but I managed to redeploy them here in time. Please, Paradox, could you just add a few checks to the Turkish or just all of the Bosporus focus trees, because this is bad. This is really bad. They just left my faction to join the Allies, and this is historical. Why is Turkey joining the Allies in 1943 on historical? As if this wasn't enough of a headache. Anyway, 2 more days and we deal with Spanish Africa. I just have to defend here long enough until I am capable of attacking Spanish Africa. Oh, I have no more equipment though. I have nothing. Alright, we are done justifying on Spanish Africa. I'm just gonna declare. Damn, that's a lot of Spanish divisions. A lot more Spanish divisions than I bargained for. They're actually naval invading me. Sure would be nice if I could use these divisions, but no dice. Franco still hasn't picked the faction though. Alright, just get this over with. Oh! Opportunity here, pin there. With luck, we can walk into Ceuta if we can get that. That contains. No! Of course they have troops there. Why? And we're not getting anywhere in the south, so this is gonna be a slog. Oh well, I'll just have to surgically use my 14.4s to get anywhere, really. So I will take that port. Attack there. Just delay them. I said delay them. Could you just hurry up, man? Okay, so that's one port. I just need to take the other port at Ceuta, and it's all good, I guess. Yeah, I'll just concentrate my 14.4s in the region. Crush the Spanish garrison here and do it quickly. Come on, those last 8 divisions, come on. Oh, that is Spanish Africa secured. Oh, my army has bled for this, but now it's just Tunis. Make sure I'm guarding all of the ports. I am not looking forward to getting naval invaded. Do I have enough divisions? 26, yes. So we will now seize Tunis, which should be easy. They're all encircled. Tunis falls. Come on, walk in there. Walk in there so I can press the button. Oh, New Zealand's capitulated. Ooh, Japan's on a roll here. Japan's really... Oh, this world has gone insane. Oh, the Comintern's fighting Japan. Japan's... Japanning. Germany's been brought to a halt just outside Moscow. Germany is getting naval invaded all along the Western Front. Italy's actually held onto its territory fairly well, and the Iraqi People's State dominates Africa. Well, North Africa. Right, what else do I need to unite Arabia? Just Tunis. Just Tunis. Come on, walk in. Okay, Tunis is secure. Let's see. Let me see what happens. I can press the button. I can press the button. Okay, here goes. Here goes. All right. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Oh, the United Arab Socialist Republics. Oh, what a relief. How's my industry looking? 21 military factories, 5 dockyards, a respectable 18 civilian factories. Still nothing really to write home about, but it is better than nothing. So we could start building up our steel supplies. We get some resources this way at least. But I'm going to end this playthrough here. I have no intention whatsoever to continue playing. This was an incredibly fun run until the last 10 minutes or so, where Turkey decided to completely mess with us, but we managed to pull it together with a bunch of luck, I'd say. Oh, why is this front line weird? This annoys me. Anyway, if you follow this strategy, you should be able to pull it off on your own. Be warned though, it's very micro-intensive, and you're gonna need a little bit of luck, especially regarding just how Africa plays out. We had a worst case scenario, and we still pulled it off, so it's not impossible. Not impossible at all. Anyway, if you like this video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload more content. If you didn't like it, that's fine, just hit that dislike button. Tell me what I did wrong in the comments, always looking to learn. And if you want to help me out and support the channel, consider checking out the YouTube membership. It's that join button down there next to the subscribe button. It will take you to the YouTube membership page. It has all the information you need. Anyway, this has been me, Bitter Steel. Have a good one. Goodbye.